Hi there. Welcome to the intermission. Fuck it. I don't know if I'm gonna include I don't know how much of this I'm gonna include alongside all the beach clip, that thing. But yeah. Here's some Dreamcast games that I've played lately that I've either not got enough to say about, or I just don't really feel about making a huge section about this game. So. I'm just gonna run down some more Dreamcast games that are cool. So, a couple of months back, I started and completed Shenmue II, and wow, Shenmue II is really good. Actually, it's a big improvement. Gameplay wise, it pretty much takes out everything I didn't really like about Shenmue 1, or at least polishes it a lot. Polishes it a ton, so it's actually you don't notice all the weird downtime and sort of the back and forth. Yeah, you go to so many places in Shenmue 2, and it's constantly there's constantly action and new shit is thrown at you, and it's constantly quite an engaging plot. Ryo does some crazy shit in Shenmue 2. It progresses a lot faster, the story. It really feels like it's starting to go somewhere. But yeah, Shenmue 2 has some amazing moments, and I'm not going to rush through all of them. I love Kowloon. The huge the outpost city, the city inside of skyscrapers. That's fucking cool. That is such a cool. That's one of the coolest areas I've seen recreated in a game. It's awesome. Yeah, I just love how much more combat there is in Shenmue 2. It feels a lot more freeform as well, which is nice. Not so routine. I like Ren. Ren's pretty fun. He's a pretty good side protagonist. We finally get to see Shanhua as well. Shanhua? Is that her name? Is that the girl from Soul Calibur? I forgot. I've forgotten the name. But we see the girl from the cover art, basically. She shows up. Yeah, it's split up into a really interesting, each area of the game feels really different. And then when you get to the final bit where you're just walking through nature and just talking to this girl, it's so refreshing. It really feels like you go somewhere with Shenmue 2. It still has boring moments, it still has weird Shenmue shit, but it's a lot better a game. Much preferred it to Shenmue 1. I played it on original Xbox though, because I think the Dreamcast version never had an English dub, but the English dub was in the original Xbox version as well, weirdly. It also has this weird, there's a button, you can press the black button on the original Xbox, and it just changes, it puts the game into this shitty old martial arts film filter. There's 5 of them. If you want to play Shenmue in piss color, you can. It's great. But yeah, much better game. I think Shenmue 1 still means a lot more to me. That game kind of hits quite hard for me because it's the setting, the atmosphere. I like the music a lot more. I enjoyed Shenmue 2 a lot more, and I think it's a much better game, but Shenmue 1 still means more to me. And I still definitely like the music in Shenmue 1 and the atmosphere. Definitely I still prefer Shenmue 1 over that. But yeah, good shit. Also an original Xbox, not a Dreamcast game, but it deserves mentioning because, Panzer Dragoon, Sega as fuck. Panzer Dragoon Orta fucking slaps. Panzer Dragoon Orta is, I'd say, the best Panzer Dragoon shmup. Best core Panzer Dragoon gameplay. It's pretty much it. If you know Panzer Dragoon, you'll know Panzer Dragoon Orta. What I love though is that they implemented bits from the Panzer Dragoon Saga. During boss fights, it's still a shmup, and it's still the Panzer Dragoon core shmup gameplay, but you now have that circle, quadrant, strafe around the enemy thing. I fucking love the inclusion of that. The fact that they went full circle and then put a little bit of the Panzer Dragoon Saga gameplay and controls into Orta fucking rules. Orta is awesome. It's probably the most readily available Panzer Dragoon game, considering Xbox, how good backwards compatibility is. I'm sure Orta has actually been fairly well advertised on as for modern Xboxes, as like a benefit of like Game Pass and shit, is the backwards compatibility, and Orta seems to be almost like a centerpiece for that. And fuck yeah, Orta slaps. Orta is amazing. Definitely second favorite Panzer Dragoon game. The final boss is really hard. I've not actually beaten it yet, but second favorite Panzer Dragoon game after Saga, of course, because Saga is there's no comparison across in the world to Panzer Dragoon Saga. That shit is fucking insane. Beautiful. Sorry, I gotta re-enter my password. My Chromebook goes to sleep. That is my password. If you fucking lock me out of my Chromebook, well, I'm trying to fucking record my Dreamcast shit. You're hearing. Okay, we're good. Also on original Xbox is Crazy Taxi 3, High Roller. Fuck yeah. You know me, I love me some Crazy Taxi, and Crazy Taxi 3 is maybe the best. Again, I don't know. It's a hard one to say, because what it does, there's one new map, which is kind of like I think like a Hollywood. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's going for like a Hollywood style, the new map. And it's very cool. Definitely my least favorite map on any Crazy Taxi game I've played though. Because it's just, there's this huge empty bit. Like a huge empty canyon, and I get that they've not done a huge empty area, but it's really hard to navigate. Because there's only like 2 or 3 ways out. And again, it's a huge empty fucking canyon. So, of all the maps in Crazy Taxi, definitely my least favourite, I would say. Also, they changed the controls very slightly, most noticeably in how the boost works. It feels a lot smoother and a lot more natural, but I weirdly like the jaunty, sharp, sudden acceleration of the original boost. It feels more satisfying, even though the new boost in Crazy Taxi 3 definitely a lot better to control. But what I would have hoped, maybe you unlock them, maybe they're unlockables. I don't think they are, because they're not unlocked right away. But in Crazy Taxi 3, you've also got the original Crazy Taxi map. And weirdly, you've got the original, you've got the second map from Crazy Taxi 2. You don't have the original map from the home port, from the console port of Crazy Taxi 1. And you don't have the main map from Crazy Taxi 2, which is a weird choice. Because Crazy Taxi 2's main map is easily my favourite of any of the Crazy Taxi stages. But yeah, Crazy Taxi 3 is cool. Minor complaints, still a great time. Shoutouts also to Daytona 2001, feels like a sort of best of. You got the classic Daytona tracks alongside some new stuff. Controls nice, awesome music, beautiful jazzy fucking groovy shit. It's beautiful, the soundtrack, so good. Daytona 2001 is summery as hell, Dreamcast exclusive, kind of like a Daytona remix best of. It's a fun ass time. Shoutouts also, I got to play Daytona 2 in person. Like the real cabinet. It's in London. Oh my god, fucking honor. I was there for like 2 hours. Daytona 2 is amazing. It feels great, the setup, the chair, of course. It's an awesome cabinet to behold in person. And the actual tracks are really fucking good. The city one is cool. The weird like amusement park one that changes, like goes through 3 different weird like sets. Easily the weirdest tracks in Daytona. But man, Daytona 2 slaps. And shout out Sega Rally 2 on Dreamcast as well. I've been playing a bit of that lately. Mostly on mobile. Emulated on Redream. Mobile Redream, really good. Really recommend. It's very similar to original Sega Rally. You get free 4 tracks to race through. Pretty much the same thing gameplay wise. It controls a little less sort of slidey feeling and a bit more gritty. I get the feeling there's less really tight turns in the tracks, but it's maybe just like the camera work is a bit different. Looks awesome, plays awesome. Hey, it's more Sega Rally, baby, and that's fucking great. Shoutouts to I forgot something. Nah. Shoutouts to Jet Set Radio, by the way. I still hardly played any of it, but I was listening to the soundtrack at like 2 a.m. on a train. I couldn't sleep. So I just thought, fuck it, I'm going to stay up. Chug a monster strawberry. And listen to some Jet Set Radio. My god. When you're caffeinated on a train at 3 a.m. watching the occasional city pass by at night time, listening to Jet Set Radio's soundtrack, that is a weird fucking experience. Highly recommend. Now, shout out to this weird fun little end of Dreamcast where you get shit like Samba de Amigo. I forget that it was a Dreamcast game because it's so Wii. You know, everyone on Wii had Samba de Amigo, right? Super cheap, super common, super Wii game. It feels really Wii, but it was a Dreamcast game. Pretty good stuff, pretty fun little simple rhythm game with motion control maracas. You gotta love it. There's also an SNK, right? SNK made a rhythm game called Cool Cool Tune, and I played a wee bit of it. I tried to play it on the SD card loader for Dreamcast, but didn't really boot up very well from there. But cool art style. Looks like a fun rhythm game. I want to play it just because I'm curious how SNK would do a rhythm game. And shoutouts to Super Magnetic Neo. This game actually does work on the SD card reader, so I don't know why I've not finished it yet or played more. But it's basically just it's Crash Bandicoot, but he's a magnet. I don't know how else to describe it. It's got a goofy, like, sort of choo-choo rocket feel. You know, it's that kind of end of Dreamcast where it's all bright and Y2K, white futuristic spaceship, bubbly, bouncy looking shit. Good music, goofy energy, goofy main character. Again, yeah, corridor, linear platformer, with a bit more of a puzzle platformer vibe, which is maybe why I've not finished it yet, because I don't like to think. But it's pretty cool because it's like you get puzzles based on, ooh, here's a red magnet podium and a blue magnet podium, and you've got to like change your living magnet man into a blue to repel himself from the red, or change himself to a blue magnet so he connects to the blue one. I've got that mixed up. I've reversed how magnets worked in my brain there. But you basically got to use like magnets and the colors of the obstacles and the levels to either attach yourself to stuff or repel yourself from stuff to, you know, do all your platforming type shit. It's a really cool concept. I'd quite like to play some more of it. Here's another game I think I actually played on original Xbox, because it's actually a Naomi game. It's actually an arcade game that runs on Dreamcast. And also might have got an original Xbox port. It might be this one or the other one. Under Defeat, cool shmup, cool ass shmup. I actually forget what it looks like. I can only think of the other one I'm going to talk about. But Under Defeat is cool. So, Syvaria is the one I'm thinking of, with its cool, like, bright 3D look. It's thin, like, shmup border arcade screen. That is a cool looking game. Syvaria, also music, bangs. There's a lot of cool shmups. A lot of the really late releases on Dreamcasts were shmups, and they all came over from, like, Naomi and the arcade scene, I think. A lot of cool shmups on Dreamcast. Late Dreamcast shmups. Oh, there's a fun rabbit hole. What else have I played on Dreamcast? There's that one Godzilla game. The guy who owns the arcade I work at, like game center community thing, he wanted a burn of this Godzilla game. He weirdly somehow played when he was a kid, despite it being a JP exclusive. You just control Godzilla or like Mecha Godzilla or like one of those kaiju, and you just destroy the city, and you get judged on how well you can destroy it, and it's really slow, but it's a fun slow Godzilla destruction sim. It's pretty cool, and you got to be really thorough though. You got to be really OCD and destroy every single like fucking tree and bench. But it is pretty cool. I've still not played it. I've been meaning to play it. It's that fucking, what's it called? Something the Nomad. It's that fucking Bowie, the game of David Bowie. The David Cage David Bowie game. It looks fucking wild. I need to play it. Looks cool. Shout out also to Birdcage of Horrors, which is like a sort of cool, like a cool like movie, cool JP horror movie game thing. I've downloaded it. I've not checked it out yet. There's a lot of Dreamcast games I've got. I just wanted to check out for this video, but there's a cool recommendation there. Dreamcast horror games, pretty good. Shout out to Blue Stinger, cheesy, very awkward, sort of classic survival horror in a cool setting. You're in like this weird industrial marine dome town. It's weird. It's got a lot of backtracking, and it's got a lot of like key puzzles, which I'm not usually a fan of, and it's quite a slow game as well. It's alright, you know, it's not my sort of thing, but I love the fucking Christmas market. Everyone, the only thing people know of Blue Stinger is its Christmas market, and that's because it's beautiful, it's funny. Good Christmas vibes, good Christmas music. I could hang out in that fucker for quite a while. And realistically I did, because I had no fucking idea where I was going. But shout outs to Blue Stinger. Seems like a cool game if you have the patience for it. I played this on PS2 but not on Dreamcast, is Silent Scope. Silent Scope, the Konami light gun shooter with a big fucking sniper, and you've got to sort of look at the screen on the arcade to like see, oh, this guy's here, but I need to get up close to shoot him, and then you look in the sniper, you look in the, I forget what it's called, the lens, what are they called, the scope. It's in the game's title, you fuck. You got to look for the scope of the sniper to then get a glimpse on the guy you want to shoot. Now on console, with not the secondary screen with the sniper scope, you kind of just got to like press a button to bring up a secondary crosshair. But what's really cool about sniper scope on Dreamcast is you can play the whole game on the VMU, because the VMU replicates that close-up view, and I fucking love that. That's like the coolest use of VMU there is. In the realms of light guns, also shout out House of the Dead 2. I forgot how fucking good that game is. I've been lucky to be able to play it at the arcade I work at. We've pretty much set up a 2 light gun Dreamcast setup just for this shit, and oh my god, dual wielding in House of the Dead feels fucking awesome. And while we're in a vaguely zombie horror kind of realm, I want to mention a game called Evil Twin. Siphon's Chronicles, I forget, Evil Twin. It was a really late release on Dreamcast, and I think it was a PAL exclusive, and it's like the second most expensive thing here. But it's like a really cool, gothic-y, kind of Tim Burton feeling platformer, but an orphan who goes into like this weird, grotty, ugly dream world. It's really like it's like a really American McGee's Alice. Have you ever played that? It's like that, but a lot more lighthearted, a lot more funny, a lot more fun. Same kind of atmosphere and vibe, but also a platformer. And also a bit of an adventure game, which is why I've not gotten very far in it, because I always lose track of where I'm meant to go in adventure games. But visually and atmosphere in Evil Twin, it's really cool. Definitely one to pirate though, because again, very late release, slightly indie release, Dreamcast late. I think it only got sold in one retailer when it came here in the UK. That's how obscure this shit is. So Evil Twin is an awesome game, but I actually played it on PS2. The PS2 port's a bit more common, so cool ass game. Do recommend that. Alright, I think that's all I've got. I can't think of any more random Dreamcast shit. I mean, this bit's probably going to be the longest bit of the video because I can't shut the fuck up about Dreamcast games. Some of these aren't even on Dreamcast. Maybe, I don't fucking know. Anyway, back to scheduled usual shit. Thank you.